Hello and welcome to the Leading Edge Detailing Training Academy. Now that we have mastered the art of interior detailing, let us recap on some of the most important lessons and how we can use these lessons to deal with problematic interiors. Now I do have to apologize for the extra noise outside. It has been raining and there are cars driving by and they're very noisy, but it is what it is. So problematic interiors. Chances are you're going to be dealing with fairly nice cars most of the time. And the most problematic you're going to have is probably something very dirty, which needs a lot of focus in terms of cleaning with the vacuum cleaner, cleaning using compressed air, and cleaning with a brush and a microfiber cloth. You will sometimes come across interiors that kids have drawn onto the plastic or the upholstery with crayons and textures, and that's going to be a combination of brush cleaning and steam cleaning. But it is very unlikely you're going to come across something more difficult than dealing with mold, because it's dangerous for you as a person. Like I mentioned right at the beginning of this training course, it is very important to come up with a detailing plan. If you see that the car is very, very dirty with physical particles, the first thing you need to do is put on some gloves, get yourself a plastic bag, and pick up items and put them in that plastic bag. If it's rubbish, put them in the rubbish. Clean up as much as you can around you so you can actually get to the things that you need to start working on. If you're finding that the vehicle has a lot of bubble gum or food, it is no different to anything else, just focus on them first. But you have to always have a plan. The dirtier that the car is on the inside, the more opportunity you have to let your work shine in front of your customer. So don't shy away from cars that are bad on the inside. Let it be an opportunity for you to take some great before and after photos, practice your detailing skills, and at the end of the day, you have to also focus on prioritization. If you have a very, very dirty vehicle on the inside and it has a lot of sand and pet hair, you don't want to spend your whole time cleaning that sand and pet hair from the carpets and giving that car back to the customer with dirty windows or an incomplete interior that hasn't been detailed. You need to prioritize your work. You need to explain to the customer if you need to charge more or if you need to take more time to do the job, but never, ever, ever spend too much time on an item that's not of focus. On the other side, if a customer booked you in specifically to address an issue, for example, if somebody booked you in to deal with mold, don't go out of your way to make sure that every nook and cranny is perfectly vacuumed. You need to make sure, however, that you're doing what the customer is paying for correctly and to the best of your ability. So you need to make sure that every bit of that mold is removed and the entire vehicle is disinfected. Focus on what the customer is paying you for. Everything else is an added bonus as a detailer. If I'm going to give you any great advice, it's to check over your work very thoroughly using a variety of different lights. Even if you have done the job perfectly today, come back and check it tomorrow if you have the opportunity to. Double check it before the customer picks up the car. Get somebody else to have a look at it because they might have something different to look at than you. It's sometimes very hard to critique your own work if you've been staring at the car for 8 hours. For example, for me, I did the iGel dash coating yesterday after cleaning the plastic and it was fairly perfect. This morning I came to have a look at the car and right on top of the dash display, right next to the windscreen, it has absorbed so much product that I had to reapply it because it was patchy. So always double check your work, always critique your own work. Never let a car go that you're not happy with unless you bring it up with the customer in advance and let them know why you couldn't get out all the pet hair or all the sand, because possibly you were trying to do something else that the customer was paying you for, or it was simply not within the customer's budget to pay you for 20 hours worth of vacuuming when you can only spend 3 hours on the car. So thank you for watching, and I'm really excited to start on the exterior for you in the next training module.